I bought a real or fake Honma driver? 40 quid or 400 pounds? Let's have a look. This is arguably the best driver I've ever hit in my entire life. Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name's Simon, down here at Burford Golf Lab, and I did a video 2 days ago which has gone extremely well, and I have to give you all a massive thank you. But if you haven't watched that video, please go and do so. However, I bought a set of woods off Facebook for £200. The gist of it was they were coming off very cheap, mainly because they had bend sharp on the back of it. If you want the full story, go and watch that video. I go into more detail. I got hold of them, how I bought them, and so on and so forth. And before I get into this video, I'm giving away the whole set. Driver, 3-wood, 5-wood, both the rescues. And if these are real, they are easily worth £1,000. I'll show you some prices of this driver second hand in lesser condition now, and yes, they've got bend sharp on the top of them, but reading through the hundreds, and I mean hundreds of comments, and again thank you for the support in the last video, a lot of you didn't mind. I did say, should I get it refinished? All of you said leave Ben Sharp's name on there. It's a better story on the T-box, and I completely agree with you. So basically at 20k subscribers, and as I said, the video went extremely well, and thank you to all the support. Thousands of you have subscribed recently, so thank you ever so much, and welcome to the channel. And as I said, I'm going to be giving these away at 20k subscribers. However, in the comment section, same as I would be, I'm quite a skeptical person. They've got to be fake. You've got to be done in. For that price at £200, how have you bought them? How has someone sold them to you that cheaply? And I completely agree. So today's test, and I've done a lot of research on this driver now, and I'm going to give you the reasons why I think it's real and the possibility it could be fake. However, that's what this video is about today. We're going to hit it, we're going to test it, and I'm going to give you my full thoughts on this particular driver. Also, the main topic in the comment section was, do I give the set away all together, or do I split them up and 5 people get an individual club? And I can see the pros and cons on both. I'm going to let you guys know, out of the 4 videos I'm going to make with these clubs, obviously this is the second one, I'm going to go through the entire comment section, tally up people for them staying together and for them to being separated. I can see everyone's point of view. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm going to upset quite a lot of people either way. Keeping the set together, I can see the romantic side of it and the fact that it's one of a kind. Keeping them together as a set, you don't want to break up the family. At the same time, obviously, 5 different golf clubs, 5 different stories to 5 different people across the world, and I will send these internationally. So if you live across in Australia or America, wherever it is, I will send them across to you. But as I said, these next 4 videos that I make, I'm going to count all the comments up. I'm going to count them and say 4 and 2, and whoever has the most comments for keeping them together or separating, that's purely how I'm going to decide. Honma, Beres, I still don't know how to pronunciate it, but I've done a lot of research. So this particular driver, the 05 series, was made back in 2016, is when it first came out. The rating on these drivers comes purely on the star at the top of them. From what I can tell, it's nothing to do with the performance. Basically, how much gold, how much graphics goes into the top of them. I've seen the waiting list. If you want, say, one now, and I'll show you some of the prices of this year's, which is the 06 series. A 2-star is about $800. This particular one is $1,100 just for this driver. Obviously, this year's current. 4-star goes up to about $1,700. The 5-star is basically just got gold plating all over it. It's about $4,000, which is an incredible amount of money. As I said in the last video, this is kind of your Japanese businessman show-off clubs. One of a kind. The craftsmanship, the work that goes into it, as I say, 2-month waiting list, they're all handcrafted, and the way I can describe these best is like having a Mont Blanc pen. Doesn't necessarily make your handwriting any better. You just look like a boss when you are writing in the first place. So I probably now should give you the reason that I could potentially see the fake side of it. The head is immaculate. I can't, from the naked eye, I don't know much about Honma, for example, but from all the photos, and I've scanned thousands of photos, this is identical to the T of the lettering, numbering, made in Japan in the bottom on the hosel here, the whole lot. As well as Ben Sharp's name being on the back of it. I mean, that's quite a big ploy to obviously put Ben Sharp's name on the back of it, CEO of TaylorMade, and then make a fake head. Again, I don't necessarily see that side of it. Now, obviously, I've looked for the fakes as well, because that would be bad research if I didn't. I went on AliExpress, which is probably the best way of getting your hands on fake golf clubs, especially in the UK. And the only ones I could find are the 4-star ones. And it comes as a full set, like 4-star, like gold everything, irons a lot, for $900 or £900. I'll put a picture up in the top so you can see. That would be an amazing video. Again, if I get the support, the views, everything else, the AdSense basically, if I can afford through the AdSense, I'm going to buy one of those sets. I'm going to go test it out on this channel, because I think that would just be an incredible video, as well as give it to one of you guys. But yeah, I can, again, the reason I don't, for this being real, is that if you're going to make a fake one, surely you make a fake 4 or 5-star, not necessarily a fake 3-star. Let me know your thoughts. But the big overhanging shadow, which I've seen on every Honma driver, which this one doesn't have, is a serial number on the ferrule. Every Honma driver that I've seen on their website, on eBay, at the moment, has a serial number on the back of this ferrule here. So, automatically, my heart sank. And I can tell you, purely through this entire video now, I cannot be 100% certain that this is not real. However, what I can say 100% hand on heart is that this is arguably the best driver I've ever hit in my entire life. So let me give you the reasons why I think this is very much authentic. Ben Sharp on the top. This is the playing head. The traditional, and I'll show you the shafts, the traditional shafts that come in these particular heads, especially the expensive ones, come in a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star shafts. They have it down the shafts, and I'll show you some pictures as their stock shafts, and they come in regular, stiff or soft reg. None of them come in X-stiff, and obviously I'm guessing Ben was a bit of a player. CEO of TaylorMade, you imagine that he can hit a decent ball. This has got an X-stiff C, and I'll read it out, EX C65 X-stiff shaft on there. I'll see if I can get a photo of the shaft, because it's not focusing on it, and I'll overlay that so you can see that. Honma make this shaft, and this shaft goes in their Tour series, the less expensive one. They're like more playing the one. It's not, by the way, cheap. Like, these are still $500-600 shafts and clubs, but it's the ones that Justin Rose is using. They're more adjustable, more playing drivers for your good player, your tour player. And these shafts go in those drivers. So here's my thinking. He didn't necessarily want the stiff, the reg, the soft reg in this head. He's had it built with this shaft in it. Now, every BRS driver that comes stock and ordered off the website comes with a BRS grip on it. Every Tour driver that comes off the shelf with the whatever comes with this grip on it. As well as its identical ferrule. So that ferrule there is completely different, for example, if it focuses. There we go. So that ferrule goes into their more adjustable, playing, everyday player driver. The BRS, the Beres driver, that comes with a gold one, and again I'll show you that. So no, it doesn't have a serial number on it. However, the story kind of makes sense. He wanted an X-stiff, and this C shaft here, for example, is their more counterbalance controlled shaft, and it feels just like that. I'm going to show you a few shots now, me hitting this I have had a bit of a bad back, so I didn't necessarily want to push it today and give 100%. However, you won't be disappointed. I definitely got a hold of quite a few with this bad boy. And if this is fake, then it's better than any real driver that I've ever hit. So that bearing in mind, no serial number, but as I said, everything else to the stamping, they don't put serial numbers on the head. Honma make this shaft, make this grip. It feels like it's been custom made for Ben. And yeah, overall, well, let's talk and look at the performance. Hit a few shots just to get warmed up with, because as I said, don't really want to tweak my back again. But that being said, these shafts come in at 46 inches, and I've measured this. Standard Honma drivers come out 46 inches, which is an inch longer than standard from any other manufacturer. 45 inches is the standard, which I find quite peculiar, mainly because in Japan, I imagine the average height is shorter than normal. However, having that extra length to the shaft means that you're going to get more club head speed, and it means necessarily you don't have to swing as fast. Therefore, when I was hitting this with like a 50% swing, I was still getting some good shots and good numbers. And this is designed, this head I've got in my hands here, for example, is designed for a low spinning shot. This is their player's driver. They do an E series, which is their more forgiving kind, but this S series is more designed for that low spin shot. And well, I've tested a lot of drivers this year. I've hit a lot of drivers this year, and sound, feel, and consistency, just down to the shaft, the way I was hitting it, I felt so comfortable. I'll show you a close-up of my driver head after a few shots, and I just did not miss the middle. They just all came out like an absolute dart. After a few hits, I started to warm up. I wanted to increase the ball speed. Now, for anyone that's been with the channel for a very long time, the highest ball speed I've been able to get with any driver this year was the Cobra, and that was de-lofted to 7.5 X diff with a standard length, which is 45 inches, and that is going at full pelt, as fast as I purely can imagine swinging a golf club and connecting it and hitting it. This driver is standard at 9.5, which makes a big difference in terms of ball speed. Just imagine getting hit by a brick wall face on. Now, if that brick wall is slanted slightly, I'm going to roll up the face rather than get completely crushed. So that 2 degrees definitely makes a difference in terms of ball speed, but obviously this thing is 46 inches long, which is closer to my long drive driver, which obviously I practice with, and I'm guessing that's why I felt so comfortable standing over it. Now, I'm not saying you need to now buy a $1,000 driver. That's impossible and obviously stupid. However, from just picking a golf club in my hands, never being custom fitted for any of the newer stuff, I haven't been custom fitting for about 4 years, but obviously tailoring like stock shafts and heads together, this combination of this C shaft, the Facade C shaft, which is supposed to be counterbalanced, where it's firm at the tip, firm at the butt end, but soft in the middle. I had full control of this bad boy. Now, this isn't going to be for everyone. It's X-stiff, it's 9.5. Majority of people will not get this driver airborne. However, as you can see in some of my shots, this thing is an animal, and it is a consistent animal. I probably hit, I'd say, 30 shots with this driver. I'm probably showing you as many of them as I can now, and I would say 80% of them found the fairway, which for me is very high. Like, my dispersion is obviously very wide, whereas distance is obviously, when I get hold of it, one of my biggest strengths. So we then relay it back to, is this driver fake? If it is, I want to find the factory that made it, because I will buy 10 of these drivers for 50 quid. Wherever you are, if you make this driver and you want to sell a load of them, I will stock this, no questions asked. Because for me, and this is important, for me, this set makeup, 9.5 degrees, 46 inches long, X stiff, with this counterbalance shaft, is unbelievable. As I said, I'm not giving these drives 100%. I definitely ramp up towards the end, where I think I get a 340 yard drive when I hit this low hook, whatever. But when I'm consistently hitting it, it's 310, 320, and the spin numbers and launch angle are very good for me. So, where do I put myself? This is how much I rate this driver. If the person that wins this driver in the 20k giveaway, whether it's the whole set or separately, I will buy them a TaylorMade M5, a Callaway Epic Flash, a Ping G410, any top brand driver you want to go along with the 3.5 wood and the utilities, which, don't get me wrong, I can't wait to test and hit as well.
Hi guys, this is Editing Simon. Just wanted to say, obviously, if you win this driver, you have full choice of taking this driver. I'm not taking it away from the giveaway. All I'm saying is that if you preferred to have a brand new, whatever driver out on the market, whatever shaft, then I'm more than happy to do that instead of this driver. But if you want this driver, by all means, you get full choice. You're definitely having it. But if you did want to swap it out for something brand new, then obviously the choice is yours.
When it comes down to finding a driver that works for you on aesthetics, dispersion, distance, confidence, you need and want that driver. You don't want anything else. 3 woods, 5 woods, because of the loft, because of everything else, and utilities. I don't really go on with utilities. I'm looking forward to hitting them, and I'm looking forward to showing them to you. However, I know that I will not love them as much as this fake or real driver. So that's where it's at. Whoever gets this, whether it's the whole set or individually, I'm putting the money where my mouth is and saying I will buy you a custom whatever shaft built Callaway Epic, TaylorMade M5, Ping G410, Mizuno ST190, it goes on and on. You got 450 quid budget, I will buy you that driver purely from the fact I would love to keep this. So leave me your thoughts down below. Where do you stand? No, it does not have a serial number on the bottom of it. However, it ticks every other box, and I've tested a large amount of drivers in my time. This feels like the real thing. It sounds like the real thing. It definitely goes like the real thing. But I want to hear your thoughts. Do you still think this was generally made, handcrafted in Japan? Or, I don't know still how you'd make this. Again, if you make this and you're still an artist and a massive craftsman, so real or fake is in my hands and it works. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. As I said, the goal's 20k and we're getting there very quickly. Thank you for the support on these videos. Thank you for the support in the comment section. As I said, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Leave this video a like. Catch you guys later.